Hi, I'm Stephanie Buffman from the Glavine County Record and Beaverton Clarion, and I am here with candidate for Glavine County Board of Commissioners, Tab Faber, running in District 4. How are you?
Great. Hi.
Huh. Define what you see as the duties of an elected official.
The duties of an elected official, I don't think it's changed from the time of our country's inception. When we declared our independence from a tyrannical government, Great Britain, King George, our founders decided that our rights come from God, not from government. And we have certain unalienable rights, of those life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and property. And to protect those rights, governments would be instituted among men. We've been taught this. So the elected official's duty has never changed. It's to protect the rights, the liberty of a free people.
What qualities do you bring to this position?
Well, I've been in the service industry for upwards of 20 years, and I've dealt with every personality imaginable. And I've been able to come to consensus with the vast majority. But I've also learned that sometimes consensus doesn't really, is not mutually beneficial. So sometimes principles outweigh that consensus.
What are the most pressing issues facing Glavine County right now?
If you listen to the rhetoric, the easy answer to that would be money. But how many really believe that money would be the answer to our problems? I think the greater issue facing our county and our nation is there's a permeating culture of dependence. And we're seeing it at all levels, from the least of us to the most of us. And it's this, there's no guilt in this handout to try to collect the publicly, forcibly extracted wealth of faceless fellow Americans. And it's really a character issue that we have to address.
What can be done, you feel, can be done to fix this problem?
Well, that particular problem would have to be through education. And it was Thomas Jefferson who said that those who wish to be both ignorant and free wish for what never was, never will be. We have to educate the people. We also have to deal with the fiscal reality that we're in. And in dealing with that, I'd like to make an analogy of a responsible parent. You don't give your child an abundance of candy, and if you do that, you tend to spoil the child. You're going to take that candy away, you're going to have wailing and crying. It's going to create a spoiled child. Now, a responsible parent also knows if you feed that child too much candy, they may get sick. So out of love, that parent would limit that candy to the child. The same thing with representative government, keeping our government nimble and limited and within budget. And that's what we have to do, is try to find common sense ways to get this county government within a budget that's honest and fiscally sound and submitted to the state annually. And we can do that. And I really reject the idea that we have to go look at outside funding sources to try to keep our government solvent. It means we're just not movable if we do that. It's another way of creating another layer of dependence as far as I'm concerned. So we have to shrink government to match our demographics.
Tab, if you win this seat, what's going to be your highest priority?
One of the priorities I would have is to make this county one of the most transparent county governments in the state. And whatever method I could use to make that happen, as long as it's ethical and legal, I think I would like to do this job to learn about the ins and outs of county government, and for those who would listen, I'd like to teach them along with me. Transparency just creates a positive culture, and I would like to just report to the people how the county government works.
What would you say to a voter who is on the fence and undecided between you and your opponent? Well,
an incumbent has a track record, and I don't. And I'll be honest with you, I've never worked in any government. I've never ran for any office. Incumbents tend to go with the status quo. What I can say is that I'm coming in with fresh eyes, fresh ideas. I have no county allegiance to anybody in the government or in the community that would sway my opinions. I think I have a really strong moral anchor point, and I just feel compelled and called by God to do this job.
Tab Faber, always a pleasure. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks.